So in a crazy turn of events, the Lakers, who I thought were going to pair up D'Angelo Russell and Lonzo Ball and create a pretty nice backcourt for the future, that turned around quickly and slapped me in the face. In this video, we're going to break down the D'Angelo Russell trade and why the Lakers' path to Paul George and even LeBron James is a very strong possibility. Now, Los Angeles, well, it didn't take very long for the Lakers' new front office to implement significant changes. I mean, they literally just got Brook Lopez, who is a really nice veteran center. He will play out this year, and although Mozgov is owed $48 million over 3 years, yeah, Brook Lopez is on a similar contract. But Brook Lopez, well, he's only on his final year on his contract, which means that the Lakers are going to get rid of him anyway, in the end. And he can play for the Lakers this year and just do some work. I mean, it's better than the Nets, right? So, Lopez is on this year's team. But next year, by 2018, he doesn't even have to be a member of the Los Angeles Lakers. So for the Lakers, this deal, I know that you lose D'Angelo Russell. In the short term, this may be a better deal for the Lakers, but in the long term, it may be a better deal for the Brooklyn Nets, if you know what I mean. I don't know. It really depends on how good D'Angelo Russell is, because I think, personally, that D'Angelo Russell is actually a really good player. I do think he is a really good player. I think he will take time to develop, and I think Brooklyn will give him the perfect opportunity just to showcase what he can do. He won't do anything wrong. The Nets are in a horrible situation. They don't have anything for the future, and this is their piece for the future. As for the Lakers, well, getting Brook Lopez, that's a decent center. And what it also means, and this is why they made the trade, is the Lakers now have their 2018 free agent class and their priorities set. They want to go after Paul George, who already said that he wants to go after the Lakers. He wants to play for the Lakers, and LeBron James. Now, the other thing is, the Lakers still have their pick. They will still draft either Lonzo Ball, who I think they're going to draft, or someone like De'Aaron Fox. It really depends who you guys think, but I think they will go after Lonzo Ball. So let's say Lonzo Ball comes this year. He gets to play with Brook Lopez, Julius Randle, Brandon Ingram, Jordan Clarkson. Like, that is a serious young team, plus the addition of Brook Lopez, who is still a really, really good center in this league. Now, then, by 2018, the Lakers have so many different assets. They can trade away Jordan Clarkson. They can trade away or just let go of Brook Lopez. They probably wouldn't trade away Brook Lopez. They just let him go and walk in free agency. But they do have the cap space. The only thing is, I think if the Lakers really want to push hard for LeBron, hard for any other free agent in that 2018 draft class, in the 2018 free agent class, they do need to get rid of Luol Deng as quickly as possible. And I think if you're the Lakers, you will just trade away Luol Deng for a second round pick. I know that he may be worth more than a second round pick, but Luol Deng, he still is on that $54 million contract over 3 years. So I think, you know, if you're the Lakers, you just got to get rid of him. And some team will want Deng. I promise you that. Some team will want Deng for a second round pick. I think the Lakers won't have any trouble getting rid of Deng for that. So once they get rid of Deng, I think all the Lakers need to do is just prepare themselves. And they have done really well. They will draft a top 3 pick, obviously, in this year's draft. In my opinion, Lonzo Ball. Then they'll have Jordan Clarkson, who's on a pretty decent contract compared to how much players are getting paid in the new CBA. Then you got Brandon Ingram, still on that little contract. You got Julius Randle, a beast. I'm a huge fan of Julius Randle. I think he just does the dirty work. He'll get your rebounds and a couple points here and there. And I think that Brook Lopez, well, he will just leave by the time Paul George comes. So that kind of frees up a little bit of cap space there, or just it frees up a little bit of cap space for another player as well as Paul George in 2018. And this is where I want to get into it, because one player that is projected to possibly leave the Cleveland Cavaliers is LeBron James. And the reason I think that LeBron James could go to LA, and I have talked about this before, but I will mention it again in this video, is that LeBron James doesn't have anything more to prove in Cleveland. LeBron James has promised his championship to Cleveland, and he got there. The Cleveland Cavaliers will not be good enough to beat the Golden State Warriors if they don't add pieces. And to be honest, at this point, I really don't know if they're going to be able to add pieces. I know they're trying to go after Jimmy Butler. I know they're trying to go after Paul George. But really, Paul George, he will only be a Cleveland Cavalier for a 1-year rental, and possibly that could also be said about Jimmy Butler, right? So the Lakers, well, they do have the perfect opportunity to go after someone like LeBron James. LeBron can opt out of the last year of his deal with the Cleveland Cavaliers, whose future is in an interesting state, given they just let go of their general manager, David Griffin. Now, David Griffin, I know a lot of talk is said about how LeBron is really the GM of the Cleveland Cavaliers. In my opinion, he's not. He obviously would go after David Griffin and say, you know, I think we should get this player, I think we should go after that player, help us do that. But in the end, it's David Griffin. David Griffin, Griff, does all the work. He literally does. And people are going to argue with me in the comment section, and I get that. A lot of people don't like Griff. But Griff, I think, well, he's a really good GM. And I think over the last couple of years, he's really sold a lot of players to Cleveland. He sold J.R. Smith there. He's got Iman Shumpert there. This year, he got Kyle Korver there. So, yeah, a lot of it may be because of LeBron James. But in the end, I do think that you need a GM to actually make the deal possible. And I think Griff, I think he did a great job. So, LeBron James will be eligible to earn $35.7 million in 2018 and 19. And Los Angeles will need $66.3 million to sign him and George. It can near that number while keeping Randall and Clarkson, provided that they dump Luol Deng. And I talked about that before. They just need to dump him as quickly as possible. Get him for a second round pick, or just for nothing. I mean, I don't even know. Just get rid of him as quickly as you can. That's what the Lakers need to do. Should the Lakers trade for Paul George by sending Clarkson and the number 27 and 28 pick to the Pacers, which is a possibility. For those that don't know, that is a rumor that has come up, that the Lakers actually trade away Clarkson and the number 27 and 28 pick to the Lakers. They could restructure his contract for the full 5 years, and they would not have enough space to sign LeBron James without making another move. So, I think what they should do is just wait till 2018, and I'm pretty sure they know that Paul George wants to go to LA. I mean, isn't that real obvious? He came out and said it. But once again, a lot of things can change in the NBA, so you really don't know what's going to happen. But I think the Lakers, they're in a great situation. So going back on the D'Angelo Russell trade, yeah, in the long term, it may be a letdown for the Lakers. Because the Lakers, well, D'Angelo Russell, he seems like a really, really good player for the future. As for Brooklyn, it's a really good trade for them. I think Brooklyn, in a way, they win the trade. But the Lakers also win a trade in a way as well, because they get rid of Timothy Mozgov's huge contract, and with that, they will be in the running to go after Paul George and another 2018 free agent. And I have said it before, but LeBron James, he is the guy. And the reason I think LeBron James is because, well, number one, he has a house in Los Angeles. Number two, his wife wants to live in Los Angeles. Number three, LeBron James may think that Cleveland will not give him the right chance to win. And in a few years, LeBron James is what, 35 years old? 35 years old for a guy that is trying to chase Michael Jordan's amount of championships. I think that if you get on a team that is stacked, and it really actually honestly depends on how well the Lakers go in the next couple of years. Lonzo Ball has to develop. Julius Randle has to improve. Brandon Ingram really has to show what he can do. And Brandon Ingram will be in a tough situation as well. Because if the Lakers want to go after Paul George, well, Paul George is a small forward, right? But Paul George can be moved down to the 2. So let's say Lonzo Ball is the point guard. Paul George is the shooting guard. That means Brandon Ingram can play the 3. Or if he puts on weight, they can go after LeBron James and get him at the 3. Brandon Ingram can play the 4. And then, well, they can just sign another center in that situation. And Brook Lopez for this year, I think he should be excited. And if you're a Lakers fan, I think you should be excited about just to see what Brook Lopez can do. Because Brook Lopez, he averaged a lot of points and a lot of rebounds. Not a lot of rebounds, but he's a really good player. He's an all-star player. And he was a pretty good player on the Brooklyn Nets when they literally had no one. So if you get someone like Lonzo Ball, a facilitator, be excited to see what Brook Lopez can do. Because he will actually just be a nice player for you guys for the 1 year. Before you guys get rid of him, just watch Brook Lopez, because I think it's actually not that bad of a trade for the Lakers fans. And I know a lot of people on Twitter have been tweeting me and being like, you know what, this trade sucks. We needed someone. Why did we get Brook Lopez? D'Angelo Russell, he seems like a great guy for the future. Well, I agree. D'Angelo Russell is a great guy for the future, but Brook Lopez is still a really good player. So let me know down below what you think. How set are the Lakers? In my opinion, they are one step closer to signing LeBron James. And whether they sign LeBron James, that's a different story. But I do think they are one step closer. To be two steps closer, they have to get rid of Luol Deng. But yeah, that's my opinion. If you guys enjoy the video, let's aim for 4,000 likes. If you're new around here and you're enjoying the videos, hit that subscribe button. It really makes me feel happy. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace!